Hi everyone, my name is Barry Brandenburg. I'm head of product and marketing at CFEX, and today I'll be talking about the challenges of managing your cloud cost and, based on a use case, demonstrate how CFEX helps you overcome these challenges. The cloud has promised us many things, but reality is different. The promise of endless possibilities has ended up in an endless number of invoice lines that nobody understands. Endless scalability, well, we don't have an endless budget, so we would like to have budget control and alerting. And of course, minimal cost with pay as you go. Well, what we see is that costs are increasing month over month, and we often have no idea why, for what, and where. And this is where CFEX helps you overcome these challenges by providing a clear overview of your multi-cloud spend across accounts. So whether you're using one public cloud with multiple accounts or multiple public clouds, CFEX provides you that clear overview. It lets you relate cost to cost centers and set budget and alerts. And you can relate cost based on a percentage. So if you've got shared resources used by multiple departments, for instance, you can allocate the correct percentage of the cost to the different departments, giving you a true insight in your cost. And that makes it a management tool that can be used by both IT, but also your CFO, budget holders. It's a single source of truth for everybody within your organization. Now, I promised I was going to do a demo, but I'm going to do the demo based on a use case. The use case is that we have an enterprise with the subsidiaries, and they're in need of an overview of their cloud costs related to those subsidiaries and their departments. And they also need budget holder specific dashboards to empower those budget holders to really take hold of the cost and take ownership. Now, let's see how CFEX offers this to this enterprise. Hi there. We're now in the demo environment for the enterprise customer that I was describing. So this is the generic dashboard that provides a overview of the cost that this customer is accruing from the cloud. So here we see that the total cloud cost and how much is assigned to internal organizations and how much is unassigned. Now this is a demo environment, so I purposely left a lot of cost unassigned. Of course, in reality, unassigned cost should be zero or near to zero. Now there's six internal organizations created and six active. And then we can also see the different clouds and how much of those clouds, of the costs of those clouds, are assigned or unassigned. We can see how the costs are changing during the time. And as you can see, most of them are all going up. Then the top five internal organizations for the past 3 months. Then the top five Microsoft 365 licenses for the last 3 months. And also which cloud services have been eating away much of the budget in the last 3 months. Now, looking at the different dashboards that are created for this by this customer, the first one is a multi-cloud dashboard. Now, at this moment, it only shows you one cloud because we've actually selected a service within Azure to show. So I'll delete that. And then here we see that we've actually filtered out AWS. So I'll add AWS as well. And now I have this multi-cloud dashboard with the four different clouds, and actually five if you see Azure and Office 365 as two different services. Everything is interactive, so I can see the cost, I can see the cost type, so whether it's a usage or license. You can see the cost per organization. And then also resource group per service. So you see that every time you dive in a little bit deeper, getting more information, but it still is multi-cloud. So it's an aggregation of different clouds. So that means that it gives you a good overview, but it won't enable you to really do a deep dive. If you want to do a deep dive in a specific cloud, you create a dashboard only for that cloud. And then you can select the specifics of that cloud and get more detailed information based on the native hierarchy and elements that are available. Now, of course, this company really wanted to see costs related to their subsidiaries and departments. So that's why we've created this company dashboard. Here we see the different subsidiaries, the different cost centers related to it, and then we've created the dashboard providing us good insight in the cost and also which services are related to that cost. Now, if we wanted to dive into the Irish subsidiary, for instance, we select the Irish subsidiary, then we see the two cost centers that are created underneath that subsidiary. The costs that are allocated to those subsidiaries, they can be based on percentage-based cost allocation. So if there's a shared resource used by both sales and HR, you can allocate it with 50% to HR and 50% to sales, or whichever percentages are applicable to the different organizations. Again, zoom in even further and you get everything from the HR department. And if you want to create a specific dashboard for that HR department, it's very easy. You just do save it as Irish HR subsidiary, and then you've got a dashboard, which is the same as the generic dashboard, only applicable to the Irish HR department, which is something that we've done here. So here we've done the same, only then with the German sales department, and saved it. And as you can see, it's the same dashboard. So that is good, because you don't want to have all kinds of different dashboards, especially not the ones that you use within the company and within different subsidiaries, and to be able to compare different subsidiaries. But of course, they also said, well, I actually want to have stakeholder specific dashboards. Now, if it's possible, do that based on the generic dashboards and just select the elements that you want. But if you don't want that, then you create a new dashboard. You say budget holder, and then you start to add elements to that dashboard. So here I can select what kind of graph do I want to add to the dashboard. I want to see what kind of elements I can have there. So I want to see quantity, customer, internal, and I can do billing month. And then here we've added a graph. So there's a whole list of elements that you can select. As you can see here, I'll just do a pie for a sec. And here you can see the CFX attributes that are added to the data by setting up your environment. Then we've got the billing hierarchy, which is the multi-cloud data model that we provide you, enabling that multi-cloud dashboard that I just showed you. And then here you see all the specific elements from the different clouds that are connected. So these are cloud specific, and this is multi-cloud enabled. You can also add tags from a cloud, so you can create dashboards based on tags as well, which is of course something that is very important to do proper tagging within the cloud. So I hope I've given you a good insight in how CFX enables you to create the dashboards that gives you the insight to manage your cloud cost. And if you want to know more, please look at our YouTube channel for the other movies.